Alright, if you're having trouble about making money in StarCraft, there's an easy way to do it, and you can get 250k or sometimes 350k if you're lucky, because if you get some gamma blocks, it's going to give you lots of Rubles. And obviously the map that I'm talking about is the labyrinth. In the labyrinth you usually get lots of proto clusters, lots of anomalous research, and then you can also have the allies request or the help of allies. You usually need to use your Saturn. I use my Saturn jumpsuit on this map because it gives me a lot of BR or bullet resistance, and obviously it's going to give me lots of immunity against the anomalies. And if you use your worn Saturn, it's going to give you less protection. Obviously I'm talking also about the BR protection, and since Labyrinth is full of people who are using Saturns, you're just fragile against level 15 weapons, specifically maybe for CTC, for AK-15, A545, FAMAS, especially FAMAS. Some people use damage Saturn, but it's not worth it because you can go to Labyrinth and you can use either bio protections, bio blockers. You either use psi protections, which it's going to give you debuffs, and you can only have it for 2 minutes or 1 minute and 30. And if you use the damage Saturn, it also have little BR. So the only way that you can use it is either using your backpack and use this kind of build. So some people use also. I used to run with this build with the Soviet backpack because it gives me 45 carry weight, and then I also have 16.53 plus 15.54 carry weight, so I can go up to 87 carry weight. And obviously with the damage Saturn, I'm going to be really fragile because I need my 80%. My 80 plus psi protections, so in order to get to Labyrinth. So I don't really recommend using I can recommend you using the damage Saturn, but it's going to cost you 40% of your health unless you have the purple Iliac. And obviously if you don't run with the purple Iliac, you're going to use the blue one or the green one, but you need to, for the green one, you need to have it at least level 5, so you have more side protections. You're usually new to the zones, to the north zone, and obviously you're going to lose more in the labyrinth. You'll lose a lot of times in the beginning because you're using the damage Saturn, since it has less BR. It has 124 BR, so you're going to be really fragile against people like Master Gear. So just hope that nobody kills you and maybe grief you while you're farming. I usually run with 3 spiral, a blue one and 2 purples, which both give the purple gives me almost 31 carry weight, and then I also have this spiral. It gives me 13.54, so I go to almost 43. But obviously I also use 2 shrimps, which both give me additional 35, so I go to 80.63. I recommend you using the protector because the protector it gives you lots of damage, and it's also good for mutants, and it gives you 2.78 times damage against ghouls and skitters, because you're going to encounter lots of ghouls and skitters. So for my stashes instead, I use the digger stash, and I only use that because I don't stay there for a long time, and yeah. So the first thing that I usually do in Labyrinth is put my stash, because you really need it, because since you're going to encounter lots of mercenaries if you're in the duty side, and you're going to encounter lots of covenants if you're in the right side, and vice versa, you're going to engage in lots of PvPs like I said before, and you're going to die a lot of times. So in order to not lose your stuff, you need to put a stash in, so that they can be hidden, and they can also be not drop when you die. So the first thing that you usually do here, the most important thing that you do, is the defending anomaly research installations, or you can help the scientists. And for the proto-clusters, I usually do them last because they're the slowest events that you can do. So there are usually two positions of defense about their anomalous research. Is the one that I just did, and then the other one is near our portal, but it's not really that near because you're going to also it's near here. And it's usually almost in the middle between the mercenaries and the stalker side and the duty side. Also remember, when you're doing this anomaly, this defense, you need to check always when you kill the mutants that you killed there. You need to go to this side and then kill the remaining mutants here in the back, because they don't usually run free to you. They hide there and then they just wait for you to come on their side. This side of the map is also good for farming the seal points, for the season points, because yes, they are safe. You can also get 1,000 points every time you go here, and obviously unlike Forge, it's going to be less because Forge is more centered about NPC outpost, and then you can get more seal points up because of that. But it's also the most riskiest. It's also the riskiest farming place because many people will grief your time. Many people will grief your farming time there. You can see I'm very lucky because I get another block, and one of these gamma blocks are worth almost 90k in the defense. Instead, if you sell them in auction, they cost almost 110,000. And for example, right now I am really lucky and I already got almost 270,000, and that's just in 3 minutes or in 5 minutes of farming. And obviously when you're done about farming, you can also go and yeah, you can go back, and always be careful maybe while you're going back to your base, because there are many people. There are also lots of griefers that they want to just rob you, and all your time here would be worthless. It would be all in vain. So right now I have almost 300,000 because this costs 250 for each. So if you multiply this by 202, it would be almost 20 or 40,000. So you have already 300,000 rubles. Okay, so since I'm done farming, I can go back to my stash and I can get all my stuff and go back to base. And all of that wasn't even 20 minutes. It's almost like 10 minutes or less. And like I said, it obviously depends on how much lucky you are, because sometimes you can also get less. Okay, as you can see, I just earned 1,250k points, which is equivalent to 1 level of the season. And then if I go to defense, I could also get the other stashes, and obviously going to be more. So selling these, it gives me 68,000. If I sell this, I get 248,000. If I sell this, I get almost 400k. So yeah, that was almost in 5 minutes. I mean in 10 minutes or less. So yeah, you can do this a lot of time, and it usually depends on how lucky you are, because you can also get 3 gamma blocks or 5 gamma blocks if you stay there a lot and do lots of research anomalies. So yeah, you can also get almost 1 million there just in one trip. So yeah, that's it everybody. I hope you like this tutorial, and maybe next time I'm going to show you another video. I'm going to show you maybe some artifact guides or something, or maybe for beginners. And yeah, Thank you.